Hello everyone, my name is Ian. You're watching Big Rock Moto. Thank you so much for tuning in today. So I just finished my ride up to Mojave National Preserve in the Mojave Desert, California, overnight camping trip following Section 2 of the California BDR, a backcountry discovery route, using this, my Yamaha Tenere 700. And today's video, I'm just going to walk you through real simply how I fit all my camping gear and all my stuff on the bike with these bags, with this configuration. I really think a bike like this, the T7 with this rackless luggage and kind of a lightweight setup, is really kind of Goldilocks for this off-road kind of camping, touring kind of riding. It's not too big, it's not too small. You can still go on the highway, but it's not so big like the GS there in the background that you have a hard time off-road. So let's flip this around and let me start to unpack this gear. So here's how the bags and everything look on the bike. So this is the Tusk Highland X2 rackless luggage. It's their newer system. And this is the larger duffel bag that they have. I think it's about a 30-liter bag. Tusk Olympus tank bag, the larger tank bag. These are old Wolfman bags that I just had laying around. They don't make these anymore, but they fit really well on the crash bars. I'm probably going to replace these with a waterproof pouch because I store like extra layers and stuff in here. So I'm not going to go through all the motorcycle setup because that would take forever and be a whole nother video. And I kind of feature that in some other videos. But we're just going to talk about what I pack for camping and how it fits in here. So the total capacity that I have here, this is 25 liters per side bag. This is a real similar setup to the Moscow Reckless 80, if you're familiar with that. Very, very similar setup to that. So it's 25 liters per side. That's 50 liters, 30 liters there. That's up to 80, and then I think these are each about 4 liters or so. So 85, 90 liters of storage maybe. And this has camping gear, motorcycle supplies, tools, everything. So let's start to break this down. Let me show you. I'll start here up in the crash bar bags. So in here I have my extra gloves. So I've got the Climb GTX Gore-Tex gloves, which are great. Then I have this is like a mid-layer. It's actually a cycling jacket, but it's kind of a somewhat thin but warm mid-layer I can put in. So that's everything in that bag. So that bag really needs to be waterproof because otherwise it wouldn't be good. This is just a cheap hydration pack. I use either a 2-liter or a 3-liter pack depending on the ride. I used a 2-liter pack for this ride. You can also put stuff in the hydration pack, but I usually just carry water in there. In this other crash bar bag, we've got, this is what I used to clean my helmet visor and clean dust off of stuff. This is this is just a mixture of like a couple drops of soap with water for cleaning bugs off the visor. This is my emergency cold brew because you got to have that. And then I carry some, like a small pack of baby wipes. Really good for cleaning up if you need to clean dust or if you have a bathroom emergency, you need to run to the bushes, you've got that. So let's break down the tank bag. In the outside pocket of the tank bag, I've got some sunscreen, some Kleenex, some hand sanitizer, and I think that's about it there. And then let's go into the tank bag itself. Up here in the top pouch, I've got my extra earplugs. I've got my charging cables because I do have USB plugs on the bike. Inside of here, of course, I've got my promotional materials. There we go. So I can promote myself endlessly on the trail to strangers. I've got some hydration tablets, aspirin and ibuprofen. I've got eye drops in here in case you get something in your eye. And this is anti-fog treatment for the inside of my visor. So that's that. And the tank bag, I usually like to keep like food and naps. These are sunglasses for riding in the helmet. This is some chocolate. Don't tell my wife. This is, so the maps of where I was going, I like to keep here because they're really easy to get to. So those are the maps. And then I keep, you know, Cliff bars, energy gels. I keep my multi-tool in here because it's easy access. I've got some quarters. I've got a tire gauge. I usually keep a pen in here, the rain cover for the tank bag. So that's kind of it for the tank bag. One thing I really like with the Highland system is they give you this, they call it a quick draw bag. It's got an outside pocket, which I didn't have anything in on this trip, but that'd be good for small items. And then the inside pocket, I kept my sun hat if I'm out walking around. I kept, let's see, I kept my GoPro stuff in here. Oh, And also the Garmin InReach, I don't keep it in here. I just want to remind myself to talk about it. I keep this in my jacket pocket. So this is a communicator. When you're at a cell phone range, you can communicate via satellite. So that's super helpful to text your family back home. And then I didn't have much in here. I just had like my GoPro batteries, extra RAM mounts and stuff for my filming, but you can put anything you want in there. So this beaver tail opens up like this and holds the top luggage. So why don't we break this down first? I really like this Tusk luggage. It's pretty well designed. This duffel bag is nice. So we'll break this down. Put it on the ground here to be easier. So in the duffel bag, so I've got my camp shoes, which are just these sandals. I find that they pack pretty small. You could also use them if you wanted to shower or something like that. And if I wear warm socks, they're good enough to double as shoes. And then in here, I use these little packing cube organizers. They're really helpful. I got these on Amazon. These are my clean clothes. I've got like a puffy jacket. I've got, change of underwear, socks. I've got some clothes for around camp. As you can see here, I've got the puffy jacket. I've got camp clothes, beanies, very important. I know I've got some, oh yeah. So I'd like to use these kind of real thin pants. I don't carry anything cotton or anything denim. It's too heavy. Long johns for sleeping, nice warm pajamas there. That's the other long johns. You want to use like an athletic style underwear, a sweat wicking moisture management type, not cotton. You can wash these and reuse them. They're really thin. I don't like to carry around a bunch of dirty clothes with me. The other thing I use, these are my camp socks, is these are merino wool. So merino wool is incredible. If you guys know about it, then you're in the know, but it's antimicrobial, it doesn't stink, it's easy to clean. And then in this bag, I've got a bunch of camping stuff. So in this one, I was keeping my freeze-dried food that I was eating. That's what I did on this trip. In here, I've got lighters, I've got my folding camping utensils, my instant coffee, I think some extra batteries, stuff like that. I love these to stay organized with these little packing things. Some napkins, a collapsible cup. This is toilet paper, a really good headlamp. You got to make sure you have extra batteries. And this is my toiletry kit. So I've got some like shampoo in here. If I shower, I've got some lotion. I've no jokes about the lotion now. I've got some like a comb, for doing all my makeup and everything. Toothpaste, Kleenex and lotion. That's the basics, right? And then also, I like to keep the tent in its own bag. I have it compressed with some straps, but this is the REI Passage 2-person tent. A great tent. I'm just starting to use it. It replaced my old camp dome, which served me well for many years. So that's pretty small and light. It packs up real nicely in there. And then I had the book I was reading, and that's it for the dry bag on top, or the duffel bag. So I like these bottle carriers. What I've been using them for on this trip is these Nalgene bottles. These fit really well on there. These are 1.5 liters or 48 ounces. So when I'm camping, like last night I was camping without any water source. So I had to pack my water with me for cooking and cleaning and also for drinking. So I used about, used about 2 liters if you look at it. So I like to carry at least 3 liters on the bike and another 2 or 3 liters on my back at the minimum, because you always need water. I apologize if I'm going a little fast here, but I just don't want this video to be too long. Now I will list everything below in the description with links on where to buy it. And if you buy stuff at Rocky Mountain, it helps me out with the channel to create future content. So I really appreciate that. So these bags are a roll top bag, and then you've got a dry bag inside, okay? Now you can pull the dry bags out if you want to, and it makes it easier to pack. So let's open up this dry bag and see what we have in here. So on the top of this dry bag, I actually have my sleeping bag. So because of the shape of this, it's just easier to stuff the sleeping bag down in here. So this is the down bag. It's a Kelty 20-degree bag, and it smushes down real small, again, because it's down, okay? So to make this easy, I'm just gonna go ahead and dump this dry bag out here on the ground. Okay, so the rest of the stuff here, this is my spare tube, my 21-inch tube, which I can also use in the rear. This is all my tools, I have another video about that, but tools, spares, you know, stuff like that. This is my tire repair kit. This is, oh, this is like my emergency battery starter, jump starter, my tow rope, extra rock straps, things like that. And then this is what, oh, this is my first aid kit. So I usually worry about bleeding control, being able to control bleeding for the most part. So that's everything for that side. So the only thing left now is to unpack this side here. Back to this ride bag, pull it out. So in this dry bag, I've got another one of these packing cubes. And in this packing cube, I've got these shower wipes, which are amazing to clean up at camp when you don't have a shower. And then I have these, what are these called? Well, they're towels, obviously, but they're Aquis. I think Aerostitch sell these, but they're just small camping towels that fold down real small, and they hold a lot of water if you need to dry off. I carry one for cooking and cleaning, one for bathing. Okay, here's the rest of the stuff. This is my inflatable pillow, packs real small. This is my stove, my cooking setup. So see how small this is? It's an MSR Pocket Rocket 2. I highly recommend it. And this fuel canister fits inside here with everything. So that's everything there. This comes with its own bag, which I didn't use, but this is the Tusk camping chair. And it works great. I highly recommend it. It's super sturdy. It's very affordable. It's very lightweight. It packs down real small when you fold this together correctly. So I highly recommend that. And this is my Big Agnes Aircore insulated sleeping pad. Takes up a little more room than I would like. You can see it here. It's a little, I know they make smaller ones, like Nemo looks really nice, but it's comfortable. It's been working for me. So I think that's everything. So again, like I said, I really like this setup for BDR style riding and camping. To fit all that in that amount of space, you don't have to have racks on the bike. It keeps the weight really close to the bike, which helps keep the handling nice, and it doesn't feel like you've got a bunch of weight hanging way off the sides. So yeah, I'm super impressed with this overall setup. I'm always changing things, always refining things, of course, as you do. But I really had no complaints with the setup, and I would tackle long off-road camping style trips with this setup. I mean, just add a little bit more freeze-dried food and maybe one more set of clothes, and you would be good to go. So sorry I look a little grubby. I literally just got home from this trip, but I just wanted to do this while this was fresh on my mind. Now, I'm going to be doing a lot more videos on packing stuff and camping and luggage setups. You can see the GS behind me where I use traditional, well, they're soft panniers, but they use racks. So I'm doing a video real soon comparing the rackless bags, like the Moto rackless stuff, or the Tusk, which I use, compared to traditional soft panniers with a rack. There's pros and cons to each setup, and we'll go through those, and I think you guys will find that useful. If there's questions, comments, concerns, anything you want to share, ask me, put that below. I will go through those and answer you. And also go watch the video of that trip. It's a really cool little film I did about that 2-day ride on the California BDR. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for your support. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, hit the bell. There's Patreon, there's merchandise, there's Rocky Mountain. Buy stuff at Rocky Mountain. Use my links. It really helps out the channel. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Ride safe, and we'll see you next time. I'm really impressed with the Tusk Highland system so far. It works great. Super secure on the bike, and just doing an awesome job of keeping the weight centralized. Bike's working great. Love the Tusk tank bag. Everything is working really, really well.